it's Dara. So welcome to the first video of my new series, Life Share, where it's going to be all things about life. Let me ask you a question. Has there ever been a time where you have gone through something, good or bad, or just a random experience, and you wanted to talk about it, but you didn't know who to talk to about it, or you might have thought, it's no big deal, I don't need to talk about it with anybody, but you still kind of want to talk about it? You've come to the right place. As some of you may know, that when I started this channel, I started with all things motivation, offering a sense of hope and encouragement and the power of inspiration. So I decided to put all of that together and start a series called Life Share, where you as my audience will have the opportunity to have your voices heard on all things that affect us in life. So this video, I'm going to talk about something that affects me personally. And of course, I will welcome you to email me. The email is in the description box down below, where you can email me directly about anything you want to talk about. If you just need an ear or a shoulder to cry on, or even a hug, or a virtual hug that is, I am here for you. If you want to share your story or have your voice heard here on my YouTube channel, please state that in your email or in the comments down below, and I'll be happy to do so. Now, someone on my Instagram who goes by the name Zudi, and I hope I'm saying your name right, girl. Thank you so much for your feedback. She had mentioned a topic that really struck me, and I think it's a topic that needs to be more talked about. And the topic is as follows. She wants me to talk about the way young girls or women in general, about their self-esteem when it comes to this thing called beauty and femininity, and how sometimes as women, or as well as girls too, we tend to compete with each other. We tend to, as I like to say, size each other up. You know, hey, why is she more prettier than me? Or why can't I look like her? Or why can't I be like her? So she said this is a topic that she would like me to discuss. And you know something, I'm so happy she offered this to me, because it's a topic I've been wanting to discuss for some time. So thank you so much, Zudi. I really appreciate it. You know, as women, one of the things that we tend to make the biggest mistake on is this thing called comparison. We look at ourselves in the mirror, and then we look at other women and we say, hey, she's gorgeous, she's pretty. Why can't I look like her? Why can't I be like whoever the person is? Now, there was a time when, or at least because I was born in 81, so if you're an 80s baby or prior, you understand what I'm talking about. There was no such thing as social media. It was just media, pop culture, celebrity world, you name it. And a lot of us as young girls grew up admiring certain women figures, whether they were singers or actresses or dancers or models. And what we saw in the magazine is what determined whether or not that person was beautiful, right? Based on maybe what society says is beautiful. So we followed that. We followed the trend. We wanted to look like our favorite artist, and we wanted to feel beautiful like that person. The downside to that is, as we got older and realized, hey, I don't look like her, and I am different, sometimes we tend to feel like we're not beautiful. We feel like something's wrong with us. Why can't I be beautiful like so-and-so? Why can't I feel pretty like this person? Why is my best friend more prettier than me? So we go from comparing ourselves to, say, celebrities, right, to then even people that are in our lives. And now that we have this thing called social media, forget about it. I mean, we are constantly looking at each other, whether it's through YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you name it. We're seeing all images of different types of women, all shades, all colors, you name it. And it can be hard. It can be hard. So how do we address that? I'm going to start with the young ladies out there. I'm going to talk to you for a moment, then I'm going to talk to my women out there. So for my girls. Now, I'm not a mom, so I cannot say that I know what it's like to raise a child. But one thing I will say to the young ladies out there, you have to know that you are special simply because you are you. And I cannot stress that enough. It is very pressuring, especially for young girls today. I get it. You have the social media, you have the pressures of society, you have the peer pressures with your classmates, you have all this stuff coming at you of an image that is being kind of forced onto you to say, this is what beauty looks like. And if you don't look like this, then you're not beautiful. And so it's already difficult as is, girls, that you're growing up, you're learning about yourself, you're maturing, you're going through your natural adolescent development. In layman's terms, you're growing up and you're learning about yourself. Each age you get older, but it doesn't make the journey less difficult. It is very hard because this is where you start to not look at yourself in the mirror. This is when you start to look at yourself and say, hey, what's going on? Because you're developing and you're feeling things you never felt before, and there's something called pimples and acne, and maybe your hair is growing long, or maybe it's falling out, or there are things that's happening that's making you say, whoa, 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 what's going on? What is going on? And then there's something called peer pressure. You start to look at your best friends or your classmates and notice that maybe all the little boys are checking her out and not checking you out. Or you notice that she's the popular girl, and because maybe her skin is lighter than yours, or maybe she has a certain hairstyle that you don't have, or maybe because she's thinner and you're not. And so you start to say, hey, maybe I'm not so pretty. I'm ugly. I'm not attractive. Who would want me anyway? And then I'm going to talk to the girls out there, and can honestly say I know this all too well. For the girls out there who we call nerds, so to speak, the girls who are always have their head in the book. We do well in school, we get on honor roll, and sometimes other girls just don't like that very much. You're like, hey, you're such a nerd, you're such a geek, all you do is study all the time. You're not cool, you're not popular. And so now there's an added pressure because you are smart, right? You're doing well in school, which is a great thing. You're making your parents proud, your teachers proud, but you don't feel proud of yourself because, again, you're comparing yourself to other girls. And when it comes to social media, especially for those of you who are younger than I am, this is really, really difficult time for y'all because you're constantly being exposed to what is considered beautiful, but not everything that's considered beautiful is beautiful. The good news is that we are all made differently for a reason, okay? Whether you're a religious person or not, we are all made differently for a reason. And that's what makes you beautiful. Now, I know some of you might watch this video and say, oh, please, my mom tells me that, my teacher tells me that, you so lame, what do you know? Well, you may feel like that. Trust me, I've been in your shoes. I didn't grow up feeling beautiful either. In fact, I thought it was the ugliest thing ever. And it didn't help when my classmates would tell me, hey, you're ugly. You're so fat. Ew, look at you. It didn't help much. But I can tell you this. What makes people beautiful is not always what's on the outside. It's what's on the inside. And I know this sounds cliche, and this goes for women as well, but it's the truth. Yes, people see this. This is the first thing they're going to see. I am in total agreement with that. And yes, if you don't have that look, whatever that look is, you will feel a little, I don't know. But you have to know that even if each and every girl and each and every woman look the same, they will not be the same because we all have different emotions. We all have different brains. We all think differently. We all feel differently. And that is what makes you special, and that's what makes you beautiful. Now for women, this is a very interesting thing, ladies, because we're adults and we're taught that when we become adults that we should know better when it comes to certain things. But we all fall victim to this too. Sometimes we really think when it's all this comparison and ways of being feminine and what is and what's not and all this stuff, we think, oh, that's what young girls go through. That's what the kids do. But we're doing it too. We're here on social media, and what are we doing? We're hating each other. We're disrespecting each other. We're rolling our heads and saying, I'm better than you because I look like this, or I gained this weight, or I lost that weight, or I have hair and you don't. We're tearing each other down. And for what? And for what? Some of you are going to watch this video and say, you know what, Dara K. Fulton, I'm a grown-ass woman. Yeah, I said ass. I'm sorry, but I have to go there. And you're going to say to yourself, why should I care about other women? I mean, if I think I'm cute and I'm the bomb, then I'm the bomb. And that's it. And so what if no one likes it? You're right. You are an adult. You are welcome to feel how you feel. The problem is, even if you think you all that, even if you feel that way, that's your feeling. It doesn't mean everybody in the universe is going to agree with you or feel the same way. But it doesn't give you the right to roll your head and get nasty with people and make them feel less than because you feel like this. It's wrong. It's something I've learned over time. There was a time when I really hated myself. I hated myself because I grew up believing that I was this ugly person because of the weight I had, because of the color of my skin, because of my hair. I didn't like myself. I didn't even like my face. There was a time in junior high school, I remember telling my parents how much I hated my nose. And I said, I don't like my nose. I thought it was too big. And then there was a time I didn't like the fact I wore glasses. And then there was a time where I didn't even like the size of my head. I thought, oh my God, my head is too big. And yes, I joke about that here on this channel. And I say it as a joke now because I don't really feel I do feel like I have a big head, but not in a negative way. But there was a time when I really, really, really disliked myself bad. And it's not like I just woke up one day and said, hey, I feel great. I still have my moments where I'm like, I don't know about this. Because as you get older, ladies, the body will change whether you like it or not. You can exercise yourself to death. You can gain weight, lose weight. You can put hair on or take it off. It really doesn't matter. Your body is going to fluctuate because that's Mother Nature, whether you like it or not. And the more pressure that we have as women to look and act a certain way, it ages us. I don't have no problem with makeup. I'm not against makeup, but I also believe that too much is too much. Just like hair. I'm not against hair. I think it's nice. If you can put on a wig or you can wear a nice hairstyle to make you feel good, I'm all for it. The problem is in our society today is that I think a lot of women feel that we have to wear makeup. We have to put on the hair. We have to push this up. We have to wear things that's extremely fitting. We have to put implants in our behind or in our breast or whatever. We have to be super, super thin or super, super curvy. We have to do these things because that's what makes us beautiful. And the truth is, ladies, you already beautiful just the way you are. And it's sad that a lot of us just don't want to believe that because once again, there's something called media, social media, and all these trends and things and whatever. And so we also become that little girl. The same little girls that a lot of these influencers here on YouTube, or a lot of these women who are in powerful positions who can really make difference, that these little girls look up to, because a lot of children do look up to us adults. We become those little girls when we start to fall victim to this idea of what beauty really is, when in fact we're already beautiful just the way we are. And then the worst part is we bash each other instead of helping each other, instead of building and making us feel good about ourselves. To empower each other, we tear each other down, which is really sad. The other thing that I want to address too is this idea of femininity. Femininity has been debated for a while now because times have changed and people's way of being feminine has changed dramatically. So I'm not going to go into too much details with this. I'm just going to take this as a very light, I'm going to tread this path very lightly and say this. For me, for Dora K. Fulton, when I think of femininity, I think perfume, I do think makeup, I think hair, I think jewelry, I think delicate, things delicate. I think softness, I think love, I think passionate. This is my idea of what it means to be feminine. However, your definition could vary and be different. I'm not here to say what is feminine, what is not. What I will say is this: only you can define yourself. And if you say, hey, wearing a t-shirt and jeans makes me feminine, then you're feminine. If you say wearing a dress all the time makes me feminine, then you're feminine. Only you can define you. It's not about what everyone says and what everyone thinks. Because today you're gorgeous and tomorrow they think you're ugly. And today if they think you're ugly, tomorrow they'll think you're gorgeous. Because that's just how this works, right? You don't want to fall too victim to that. You want to try your best to grow to love yourself. Because when you love yourself, things become easier. Loving yourself doesn't mean being stuck up. It doesn't. Having a snot nose or thinking that you're entitled or feeling this way of like, yeah, I can be a snot and I can be rude to people because I'm gorgeous and I'm all that anyway, that doesn't make you beautiful. That makes you ugly, honestly. What makes people beautiful is being able to identify who they are as a person and be able to be themselves in its natural form. People will see your beauty if you're truly a beautiful person. But if you have to always be all up in the camera, like I'm doing now, and I'm sure I look ridiculous, or if I have to do that into people's faces, like, yep, look at me, I'm gorgeous. Are you really? If you have to go to your girlfriend or to another lady or whoever and bash them because, oh my God, you wearing those shoes. Ugh, why are you wearing that coat? Or, oh my gosh, your hair. You know, you just need to wear your wig, girl, because at the end of the day, really? Oh my God, you're so fat. Ooh, look at you. You got pimples on your face. Ugh. That's not beautiful. Those who are people, ladies out there who are doing that, you really, really need to look in the mirror. Let me tell you something. Girlfriend, sister friend, or woman, let me just spit some knowledge at you real quick. There is no perfection. Sorry to disappoint you. There is no perfection. And the more you try to be perfect, and the more you try to put people down because you think the universe revolves around you, and the more you think that you all that in a bag of chips, well, guess what? You're not. Everyone is going to fall down sometime. We all going to get a little roll here and there. We're going to get that pimple whether we like it or not. The hair may just fall out. Yes. You may get sick. You may end up in a hospital one day. We don't know. But always keep that in mind for the entitled, for the I'm all that and everybody should kiss my feet mentality type people. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror and look hard and ask yourself, is what you're doing making you beautiful? Think about that. Just say this because of course they're going to be a hater. So let me just make this very easy for the haters out there. Yes, I'm black. Yes, I'm fat. Yes, I lost my hair. And yes, I'm natural. Okay. And if that makes you feel happy, I'm happy for you. Even though I said that, I don't mean that in a negative way. I don't like to use the word fat, but I'm saying that because I know there's people out there who's going to look at this video and say, oh my God. So I'm just going to make it very easy for you so that way we don't have to have any debates in the near future. But here's how I really feel about me. I feel I'm beautiful. I feel I'm intelligent. I feel that I have curves and my body's unique. I feel proud that I have moles on my face. Yes, I take after my late grandmother. I love the fact that I wear glasses. And you know something? This is going to shock some people, but I like my hair the way it is. You know why? Because it's easy to maintain. I put my coconut oil in there, rub it up real quick, brush it out, ready to go. I love my personality, and I love the fact that I have a heart that loves people exactly the way they are. Can you say the same? So thank you so much for listening to this first ever video on Life Share, my new series, and I hope that this video inspires you to not only be beautiful but to feel beautiful, because honestly that is the most important thing. And don't let no one, or anyone for that matter, that goes for men too, don't let nobody make you feel less than. You are beautiful the way you are because you are unique and you are different. And the difference is what makes us beautiful, not the likeness. Be yourself, be who you are, and stand in your truth always. And if you look in the mirror and say, yes, I look good, that's it. Because let me tell you something. I have my moments too, but you know what? When I look in the mirror, I feel good. For the first time in 36 years, I feel good about me. Love you all so very much. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's a little longer than usual, but I assure you, I think that this message is something that needs to be talked about more often. And I hope that wherever you are out there, that you take time to love yourself, feel beautiful you are. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video of this new series, Life Share. Love you all very much. Bye for now.